All right, welcome to your therapeutic healing yoga class. Thank you so much for joining us. And for these types of classes, you're going to want to make sure that you have a stool or a chair, not one that's too cushiony, and one where it's easy for you to have your feet reach the ground. I'm a shorty, so I get a shorter stool. If you do have trouble reaching the ground, then you can certainly put some books underneath your feet or something like that. You're also going to want to have a couple of blankets. If you don't have blankets, that's okay. You can use a rolled up sleeping bag, which I use sometimes. You can also get sofa cushions or any other types of pillows or cushions that you might have hanging around. Blocks are helpful as well. Again, if you don't have any of these things, just improvise. Use books, use pillows, all those things. A strap is sometimes helpful as well. So, to start off with, we're going to start with our chair here, slash stool. So, with this practice, we are releasing core muscles. This particular one is Prasrita Padottanasana. And these next positions are called the magic four. They're primary positions. So you want to make sure that you're well back in the chair or the stool. And again, if you need to put something underneath your feet, you can certainly do that. So take a look at your feet. You're going to place your elbows onto your legs here, and you are going to reposition your feet at some point. You want to make sure that your knees are right above your ankles right below your knees. And I am actually going to put some blocks underneath my feet. So you want to make sure that your knees aren't caving in and they're not caving out. So take a look at your feet and place them so that you have the best alignment here. You're going to lean your head forward, let it drop, and allow yourself to drop forward. And you may notice even that your shoulders kind of come up. So you're allowing yourself to be supported so that you can completely soften and relax. You can add in Ujjayi Pranayama here. And the angles of this pose reach all the way to the base of your spine so that you can lengthen out. And the angle of that shin bone underneath your knee provides support so that you can release. If you have high blood pressure or any hernia issues, then you can stay right here. Otherwise, you can release down in between your legs. Allow your belly, your back to be soft, and allow the weight of your head to pull your spine long. And to come up, you can push into the floor with your hands. And then if you have your feet on something, you can push up onto your feet. Then you're going to use your elbows to come up and then push up with your hands. So you're always supporting yourself as you come up, and any inversions you're going to come up slowly from. So then as you do come all the way up, you're going to bring your legs in towards the center and move your feet forward just a little bit. So the next pose is Janu Shirshasana. So from here you're going to bring your ankle up and place it on top of your thigh. Again, if you do need to have your foot on a block, then go ahead and place that. I do find that that's helpful with this. So right here, you can actually bring this ankle up further towards your pelvis. If it feels best to leave it right here, that's fine. But you do want to make sure that your ankle bone is right on top of your thigh. So you're going to lean back a little bit in your chair. Shoulders are going to be back. And then you're going to straighten up completely and allow your head to come forward, chin to your chest. So it may not be super comfortable, but you do want to have that ankle bone directly on your thigh. So these angles, especially having your foot flexed, that's going to help protect your knee. So stage 2 here is going to be to lift your head, lift up, and then exhale down over that leg. You may need to rearrange your foot, and then you're going to sink forward. And if you do feel any pull or strain in your knee, then you might want to come back up into stage 1 or allow your arms to prop you up just a little bit here. So you're going to place your hand on the knee with the foot on the floor and allow yourself to come up slowly again. So we're going to do the other leg. So you're going to place the other foot on the floor. And you may find that your sides are different. So bring that foot up, the ankle, onto just above the knee and allow it to have a few moments to get used to this right here. Then if you'd like to, you can move that foot, that ankle, back closer to the pelvic bone. And from here, again, you're going to lift up out of the pelvis, lift the torso up out of the pelvis, and really allow yourself to feel the opening in the hip and make sure that that ankle that's on the floor, with the foot on the floor, is directly underneath your knee. Nice, easy breathing. Just stay here for a couple more moments. And from here, if you'd like to go into stage 2, you're going to lift up out of the pelvis And come down. Arms can be out to the side or they can be in front of you. So you're really allowing yourself to settle into the pose. You're not working at it. This type of yoga is not about the work. This type of yoga is about support and release, deep release. So then again, very slowly, you're going to place your hand on your knee, support yourself to push yourself up, and your head comes up last, and you're going to release that leg. So our next pose is Anjaneyasana, which is a lunge. So you're going to move your blocks, if you had them. You're going to move your stool or chair out of the way. And then you're going to come forward into a low lunge here. So go ahead and put the left knee down onto the earth, onto the ground. If that doesn't feel good to that knee, you can either move your mat over or fold it over, or you can place that place a blanket underneath that knee. Okay. So for here, you can either bring blocks in if you'd like to, and place the hands on either side of that right foot. Take your right hand to your belly, and you're going to put it up on top of your thigh. Make a fist right here. And then bring it into that hip crease so that you can feel a space in between the torso and the leg. And again here you're going to drop the head and you're going to move the torso forward as far as you can go. Bring the blocks with you. And your knee may end up coming in front of your ankle, and that's okay. Nice long breaths here. Remember to leave the head dropped down all the way. And then from here, you're going to press up. Remember that we're doing all of this in a very supportive manner, right? So from here, you're going to come into your lunge on the other side. I just need to adjust something right here. Hold on just a second. So go ahead and come into your lunge on the other side here. And we're going to do the same thing. So again, you're not trying to push yourself here. This is more about going to a place that feels supported to you. So again, take that hand, make it into a fist, come into the hip crease, come forward onto your blocks or to the ground, and then you can remove that hand, but still have that feeling of the space there. Drop the head. Wonderful. So from here, again, you're going to come up supported and bring your knees both in front of you. Rearrange your mat or your blankets if you had them. And from here, you're going to take blankets or whatever it is that you have to use as a support for your legs. So the whole time we're focusing on taking very precise, slow movements. So you can go ahead and lie back here. And then you're going to place your legs over your blankets or your bolster or your pillows, whatever it is that you have. Arms in Shavasana arms here. So this practice is very internal. So from here, you're going to pull your knees in towards your chest. And at this point, you are going to allow your whole back to flatten across the floor. And then from here, you're going to take your arms out wide. And then you can move your blankets out of the way. And you're going to take your legs over to the left so that your legs are at a 90-degree angle from your torso. So you're going to take that left arm so that the left wrist is lined up with that left knee, and then your right arm is going to come down just a little bit so that your arms are in an A shape. And you can look to your left here. So legs are to the left, wrist is to the left, and head is looking to the left with soft eyes. If you'd like to put a blanket in between your legs right here, you can do that so that the right knee is closer to being over the left knee. And your right shoulder is moving towards the floor. It may not be there all the way, and that's fine. And again, you are wanting to release into the floor here. So we've already opened lots of different areas, tailbone, sacrum, waist, and this spinal twist is actually reopening all of those and taking it up the spine even further. Take a nice full breath. Bring your head back to the middle. Inhale, bring your legs back to the middle. And you're going to hold your knees again and feel the difference between the side that we just did versus the side you haven't done yet. All right, you're going to take your legs to the right, 90-degree angle. And the head's going to turn towards the knees. Right wrist is going to be right next to the right knee. And again, you might want to put something in between your legs so that your left knee is over that right knee. And allow yourself to settle into the pose and rest here, and allow those changes to soak through. And you may notice a delicious unraveling inside. One more breath here. So you can actually curl over to your right side here and come into a fetal position here. And then here you're going to push yourself up. And here you're going to come into your Shavasana pose again. So you can pull your support out here and lie back. And if you'd like to hold any of these poses longer than what we do in the video, then I'd certainly encourage it. And you can also string some of these videos together if you'd like to make it longer. So have some nice support under your knees. Allow yourself to soften your jaw, soften your pelvis, soften your hands, palms up. And take a nice long Shavasana here for yourself. You can pause the video. And when you're finished, you're going to roll to one side. And again, stay here for a few moments. And in a nice supported way, you're going to push yourself up with your hands to a comfortable, easy seated position. Sit on a blanket if that feels best to you, so that you can be supported and lifted. And see how different your body feels now. We're actually creating length in the spine. So you may find that you have grown, that you are taller than you were before we started. Bring your hands together to your heart, Anjali Mudra. And we'll seal our practice with one Om. Take a nice deep breath in. And the light, the love, the joy, the truth, the bliss that is within me bows to the light, the love, the joy, the truth, the bliss that is you. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today, and we'll see you again.